Good afternoon, everyone. VV Nation, Glenn Tompkins here. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Senior instructor. Glad to always be on our live streams for a midday market update. Man, oh man, the market is feeling some pain. Good, googly muggly. But the Fed said that. The Fed said that they were going to aggressively go after inflation and that we may feel some pain, and the market didn't like it. The market didn't like it. My question is, didn't we know that this was going to happen? I thought we should have already known that, right? If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the chat, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Look at that. Will says, finally caught the live. Way to go, Will. Glad that you did. Glad that you're here. And you know, Will, if you got a question, I'm going to try to answer your question, one of your questions today, because you finally caught the opportunity to watch the live. How many of you are brand new to the live? Type a 1 in the room. How many of you are brand new to the live sessions rather than watching online afterwards? Will is up there. Edgar, welcome, Edgar. Glad that you're catching the live as well. VP is here, VV Nation from Houston. Look at that, VK. Knees is here. Yasu. That's my Greek introduction to adios or goodbye. B. Demery is typing in the 1. I'm glad that many of you have been watching the recorded versions on our YouTube channel and getting an opportunity to watch the lives. Mash says, Glenn, I did the math on you getting out of Contras and getting back in on Friday in the Jockey Club, and it actually made a better percentage. Yeah, you know why? Because when we got out of them at a good price. We captured profit, Mash. And when we did get back into them, because the market had gone back up, Contras went down, and we caught a great opportunity to buy in at a lower price and take advantage of that rise. Bill says this is his first time watching the live as well. So, man, I'm glad that you guys are here. What to short now? You know, Vladimir, I think I might go off my little script today, and I definitely want to talk about contra ETFs, but I might actually start to go into what stocks to sell short as well. So I might add that because I think that this is a good time to play the market to the downside. I'm going to find you some bullish trades based on a lot of different things. But I think that most of all, I think what is important is that we give those people who are a little bit more aggressive an opportunity to find some stocks to sell short. And then for those of you who do want to take advantage of the downside of the market without selling short or having a margin account, to buy into contra ETFs. Ravi says, hello, Sir Glenn. Would you please check drive if possible? I'm going to see. All right, so this is the deal. How many did we say, Joey? How many likes? And I'll look at your stocks today.
Oh, I think you said 200.
200 likes. I'll look at your stocks today. If we get 200 likes, I will look at 20. I will look at 20 of your stocks today. So I'm putting it out there early. Ape is killing me, says Justin. Well, we all know, and I know retail investors don't like the terminology meme stocks, like the Ape, AMC, GME, Bed Bath & Beyond. All of those stocks are all meme stocks. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I hear you, Justin. As a matter of fact, I just got out of my GME today. I'll wait for a better buying opportunity. BBY going up now. Be careful with that, Alberto. Be careful with that. I still think that that's news driven. I don't see where they're doing a whole lot more different to change their template around to pivot. I still love the store. It's one of my favorite stores to go to. Is Bed Bath & Beyond. I think that this was just a lot of meme action behind Bed Bath & Beyond. It's news driven, and just as quickly as you can make money. Alberto, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're gonna make the money, get in, get out, take your profit. What about INTC? Is this the bottom again, Mohammed? If I look at in your individual stocks today, again, I need to get 200 likes. I'll look at 20 of your individual stocks if we get 200 likes. So with that being said, before we get started, if you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. We're almost right at 45,000 subscribers. Let's get over that today, okay? Number one. Number two, if you like the content, don't forget to hit the like button. Remember, we get 200 likes. I'll look at 20 of your stocks today. Number three, share this and do it now. Copy the link to this live stream. Share it on your social circles. I look at a lot of you guys who are subscribed to the channel. You've got a lot of followers on YouTube. Let's help bring some of those followers over today to see if we can get them a better understanding of what's going on in the market. All right, so I'm putting all of that out there. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, hit the like button, 200 likes. I'll look at 20 of your stocks today. And share. Please, please share. That's the only way. Word of mouth is the best advertising that's out there. So just keep that in mind.
We should start adding up the YouTube and the Facebook one, though.
You should together? What are you talking about?
So we got 49 on YouTube, and then we got 4 on Facebook. So I think you should be 53 right now.
All right. So you, Joey's trying to give you guys a bit of an edge. So on Facebook, don't forget, hit the like button. If you hit the like button, we'll add the YouTube and the Facebook together. And if we can get to 200 likes today, I'll look at 20 of your stocks. All right. So Vladimir, you keep asking me about NVIDIA short to what price? I'm not looking at them individually. Hi, do you think Amazon will fall more? I'm not looking at those stocks yet. I tell you, folks, you give me 200 likes today, I will look at 20 of your stocks that you're putting up there. How about that? All right. So let's look at what's going on in the market right now. All of the major indices are down. Thursday, the Fed talked about from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, what he was thinking in regards to interest rates. He said he was going to aggressively keep going after interest rates and that it may cause the economy harm or pain. Not harm, but pain. And the market for the last couple of days, Friday, went down. Thursday, it went down after he started talking. Friday, we had continuation, and now we still have more continuation today as you look at all of the major indices are down. Now, when I look at all of the major indices down today, the Dow was down about 1,000 points on Friday. We're not down nearly as much, but there's still the downward trend of the market is still moving down coming into today. Mark says Brooklyn is in the house. That's where I was born and raised, baby. Yeah. I was born in, where did that come from? You know, where's, talk about, where is it? There it is. That's for all my New York massive in the house. There you go. Glenn, do you think uranium stocks are still, sigh. All right, I'm not going to keep reading those comments. I keep telling you, we'll look at those stocks after we get to 200 likes. All right, so that's what's going on. Face value, 2 rows of red on our color guard today. Today is not a good day to buy stocks. Market is showing a lot more bearishness. We went to our slowest, most conservative timing signal, the confirmed call. We're currently on a confirmed down call. The market is just showing signs of just wanting to fall. Now, how long will that happen? Well, it's people's perceptions. Those perceptions become their realities. And as I'm looking at stocks in the market, though, we've got more decliners, 30, almost 2 to 1. From Friday's close of decliners to advancers. But the market is off, but not off by a ton. Not off by a ton. Where's the money going? Petroleum. Your cousin Glenn, your Uncle Glenn has been telling you about petroleum for the past couple of months, even while it was going down, that petroleum was still a good play. I didn't burn you, Stoyan. I'm just telling you, I didn't burn anybody. Do you think the market will fall more, my master man? You know something? I think that still there's no good news in the market. I think the Fed has solidified his answer on interest rates, that he's going to be hawkish. I think that we're still in for more of a downside to the market. All right, still down. Now, does that not mean that we'll have some bull days in a bear run? Absolutely. We can have some days where the market pops up for a day or two. But I think the overall feel of the market, the overall space of the market, the overall environment of the market is still that we still have some more downside. Good entry for SQQQ. If we got downside, that is probably what we're going to be looking at. All right, so that's on our homepage. Let's get into my articles that I have. And let's go up to the web view. There we go. So, a couple of articles that I have. Fed Chief Powell did what he needed to do. You see that? Did what he needed to do in Jackson Hole. And that comes from Larry Summers. How many of you feel the same way, that the Fed did what he needed to do? Type of 1. Type of 2, if you think that the Fed is overreaching in still raising interest rates even though the economy is shrinking. Type of 1, if you think he did what he needed to do. Type of 2, if you think the Fed is overshooting. All right, come on, everybody. Get in there. Get in there. Even if you sit in the background and you never chat, I need your input on some of these questions that I ask. It helps. It helps our channel. But I want to hear and feel what the main focus is of the people in the room. And a lot of people are saying too that he's overshooting. So the people who think that he's overshooting, do you think he should be backing off on interest rates, maybe only raising a 0.5 point? Type a yes if you believe that. All right, type a yes. For all of those people who are typing too, do you think he should pull back on interest rates and only raise by 50 basis points? Type a yes in the room, or if you don't believe that, type a no. No, this one is a yes or a no. This one is a yes or a no. All right, a lot of people, the people who said typed a 2 that he's overshooting, are saying that he should be going back down. Interesting. All right, so let me pose this to you. If the idea is to go after inflation, the raising of the interest rate is the main tool that he's using to go after inflation. If he pulls back a little bit, it's going to take him longer to get to that inflation point of 2%. All right. Not only that, another reason why he's raising the interest rates is so that when it comes time to stimulate the economy again, he's got to have some wiggle room to start cutting interest rates. He doesn't have that ability yet. And I'm with you, Alberto. He's increasing too slowly. Now, a lot of people may think that, man, you're just crazy because that by raising the interest rates even faster, he's going to crash the economy more. Where are we? The economy is jacked up because of high inflation. So I'm with you, Alberto. I think that he needs to do it a little faster. Rip the Band-Aid off. Go after it. We'll feel the pain, but we'll come out of it. We'll come out of it. That's my opinion. All right, might as well get out of the way, says Fernando. I'm with you on that. My people on Facebook, Lance and Renee, thank you for chatting in as well. Somebody just called me Glenny. They just said, hey, Glenny. I didn't give nobody the permission to call me Glenny. Y'all can't call me Glenny.
I'm calling you Glenny from now on.
Wow. So now you got Joey. And you know what I'm going to say when Joey calls me Glenny? Play that laughter sound.
Right now.
Play that laughter sound. And then afterwards, I'm going to be like, what? Play my crickets. Talking about calling me Glenny. Roblox Anima. It's all right, though. Nah, it's all right. Now Joey's going to start calling me Glenny. And then me and Joey going to fight. That's how that's going to happen. All right. So I think that he did what he needed to do. And what has Glenn said? I'm talking about myself in third person. What do you think he's going to, what have I said? I think he needs to raise the interest rate by what before this is all done? How many of you been paying attention? How many of you are paying attention? I think that he needs to raise it by what before this is said and done? And at least once. Anybody? The whole idea, he needs to raise it by 1 full basis point before this is all done. At least once. And my compadres here at work said, well, that's crazy because he's going to crash the economy. Where are we? All right, keep on going. And there it is. Pain of breaking inflation will reverberate around the globe. See, we're not the only ones going through inflation, global inflation. And the pain of breaking inflation will reverberate around the globe. I think that everybody's got to go through the pain. I think that everybody has stimulated their economies because of COVID. And now we gotta feel the pain. We made the bed. We gotta now sleep in it. All right. Retail sales. this is interesting because normally in a recession, retail falls off. And another thing is jobs are hard to find. Neither one of those things are going on right now, even though the market's pulling back. Retail sales changed little in July amid fall in gas prices and drop in auto sales. And it was retail sales for July were flat compared with an estimate of 0.1%, 0.1% gain. That just means that people are still buying stuff. Excluding autos, sales increased 0.4% against expectations for no gain. People are still buying stuff. People are still buying stuff. So, we talk about pain. We talk about being pain, but people are still buying stuff. We ain't at that threshold of pain yet. All right. So the Fed says that, but when I look at things like retail, and when I look at things like the market, the job market, we're not at that pain yet. We aren't at that high threat level of pain of going, oh my gosh, this hurts so much. We're not at that point yet. Interesting, huh? Another thing, oil prices on prospect, oil rises on prospect of OPEC and supply. Something OPEC, we all kiss OPEC's butt to try to get more oil and all that kind of stuff. OPEC has got us all in the palm of their hands, except for when we were pumping our own oil, OPEC was sitting back going, what do we do? What do we do? We had them on their heels. Right now, OPEC has got us eating out of the palm of their hands at their whim of, maybe we'll open up the spigot some more. Maybe we'll cut. And the world is sitting back on, dang, we are all that dependent on OPEC, which sucks. Supply cut. The supply story hasn't changed. This is why I've still been bullish on oil all this time. The supply story hasn't changed. The demand story did change because people were like, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm not going to pay these high gas prices. And a lot of people stopped driving nearly as much, which brought the demand down, which brought gas prices down. But guess what, folks? When it comes time to heating our homes come this winter, I don't think people are going to be able to say the same thing. They got to heat their houses. Oil is still a good place to be. All right, oil. Deanna says, better than getting that 21% interest. What are you referring to on that, Deanna? What are you referring to that on? High prices and high unemployment is the recipe for a recession. All right. And as much as I say that we are in a recession by way of GDP going down for 2 quarters in a row, it doesn't feel like a full all-on recession because of jobs and because people are still buying things. So how many of you saw the video that I put out, recession-proof stocks and ETFs on Friday? How many of you saw that? And the whole idea of that was finding stocks and ETFs to be in. Type of 1 in the room, by the way, if you saw that. Type of 2 in the room if you hadn't seen it. The whole idea of that is if we are in a recession, what stocks or ETFs are a good way for you to stave off the stocks that should go down a lot more. A lot of people saying 1. Absolutely. Glenn, you spell your name the same way as mine. You didn't see it? Sigh. Joey, put the link in there for the people who didn't see it. I think that it's a good video to give you ideas of industries that have the propensity to still go up even in recession and why. Dollar Tree is in that list. That's right, Tyree. Dollar Tree is in that list. And it's not just the stocks or the ETFs. It's the reasoning behind it. And it is really common sense that these industries should go up even in a recession. Don't be sorry, Glenn. Joey's going to put the link in there for you so that you can watch it. He's going to put the link in there for you so you can watch it. The one I just did Friday. Recession-proof stocks. Yeah. Glenn said sorry. So because he said sorry, make sure you put the link and put Glenn's name next to it. I got you, Glenn. I got you. All right. There it is, Joey. Joey put the link in there for you guys that did not see it. How about this? How Amazon is giving Rivian an edge in the EV industry. So we know that when Rivian first came out, they had the backing of both Amazon and they had the backing of Ford. The backing with Ford sort of kind of dissolved. Ford still holds some shares, but Amazon is the big investor behind Rivian, and they've got the orders for these trucks. Found blah, 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 on it. Rivian launched its first vehicle, R1 electric trucks, at the end of last year. It's been working to scale up production and is planning to ship its SUV built off of the same platform later this year. So this is where $700 million went in from Amazon, $500 million went in from Ford, but Ford and Rivian started canceling up all those plans. However, the partnership with Amazon is still on track. Look at this. Amazon said it would purchase 100,000 custom-built electric delivery vans. That's a lot of vans. Now, the problem is with any EV that's out there, you know I'm a big fan of EV, is can they produce the trucks? Can they produce the trucks so that Amazon can use them? We'll see. So I'm just interested. I'm looking at both Amazon and Rivian. Another energy play. Natural gas soars on Russian supply cuts. So Russia's going to cut off all of the gas supply to the EU, and when that happens, good googly muggly, them folks going to be cold. So we are supplying them. I did so that we're supplying them with natural gas, and I tweeted that Norway has now surpassed Russia as a natural gas exporter, and they are going to be helping out in the UK. If you follow me on Twitter, I tweet out a lot of stuff. If you want to follow me on Twitter, go search for @GlennTompkins Jr. I tweet out a lot of stuff throughout the day as the stories come out. All right, so that's huge. If Norway has now bypassed Russia as the overall exporter of natural gas, that's going to be good, especially Norway and Sweden trying to get part of what is the thing that we all are in? Dagnabbit, I hate getting old. What's the big gosh dang it, Joey? What's the organization, Joey? Somebody's going to thank you, NATO. Good Lord, am I losing my mind? That's because I have to work with Joey every day. That is why. And Joey, now you see the results of me having to deal with you on a day-over-day basis. I'm just putting that out there. Good gravy. Oh, now, and Joey wants to put in there like NATO, like all he's doing is following with everybody else because he didn't know.
I thought you wanted me to type it in.
No. Or else he would have yelled it out over my speaker. No. He followed what everybody else said. Because he didn't know.
Yeah. Now I'm following what Boston said. So
Boston's not even here. Oh, there's you. You can't lose what you never had. See, I'm gonna put Boston in timeout. I'm gonna just shut her down. By the way, thank you for being here, Boston. All right. So now another EV space. How about this? So a lot of people were saying that there was a short squeeze on NIO. NIO concludes internal review of seller report. Street says buy. They say that they would not overshort it. All right. Oh, you really with Team Joey? I've known you for how many years, Boston, and you're on Team Joey? Really? I'll put that out there. Boo. That's right. I've known you for a long time. You're like family. You just blew me out the. No. And then Joey pins that Boston is with Team Joey. You wait. I'm finna come over there and I'm gonna toss your desk. No. I'm finna toss your whole desk. Now, we're done. Hold on. Put that again. All right. So let's go. VK, I got this. And if you ask everybody else in this chat, this is what I do. VK. All right. So with all that being said, NIO in that same space with EVs, can they produce the vehicles? And that's an issue with many of these EVs, and especially coming down with NIO as well. So they're saying that they're not being short sold, that the short float's not out there. The street says buy. We're going to look at it in VectorVest to get a better understanding. Walmart. Interesting with Walmart. Walmart is braced to snap up remaining stake in this loss-making company, which is Massmart in South Africa. So they're going to add to their line of stores and maybe be able to turn that store around. So we'll see. This loss-making company retailer at 53% premium. We'll see if that adds and actually brings more money to the company. All right, let's go to my watch list. Those are my big stories, stocks to take a look at. We're going to look at all of them, but let's go see what's going on in the market real time. You already said switch it over. Let's go see what's going on in the market real time. Russell 2000, people are not investing in the risk-on stocks. The VIX, though, is higher. All right, there's more fear in the market, and the market's going to be more susceptible to wide swings. That's why that I do think that any one of these days, can we have a big up day in the market? The answer to that is yes. The answer to that is yes. But overall, as we look at the graphs, overall, and I'm going to put all of these on a 3-month graph. All right, we can see what's going on today, but I'm going to put all of these on a 3-month graph. All of the major indices are pulling over. Here's our VectorVest composite, which tracks the move of over 9,000 stocks, coming right up to a level of support. Actually, we just broke below it at 56.32. The S&P 500, look at that, 3 and the 8s on these markets. Down day, the 3 is below the 8 on the DJI. The 3 is below the 8 on the Qs. The 3 is below the 8, all coming off of most recent highs. All right, so the market does have some downsides. And let's go put these all back onto intraday 5-minute bars to see what's going on with them live right now. Intraday 5-minute bars current day, intraday 5-minute bars current day, and intraday 5-minute bars current day. And it looks like we're trying to get a little bit of a bounce coming back up to session highs for the day. But even as we're talking, a little bit of a rebound looks like it wants to start to turn over. And all of our major indices gap down today. Well, because we had follow through of more downtrend. So live over the last 3 months, markets turning over, coming off of session highs, and looking at today intraday as we started our live stream today, the market's starting to move over. But look at that. All of them are at levels of resistance. Lou says, I saw a commentary of a person in the middle of a snowstorm and Neo dying battery. You know, that's a big downfall of the electric vehicles. What happens if you're low on charge, okay, and you get caught in traffic? Ooh. And you're in the winter. That could be the recipe of a bad deal. Now, the same thing can happen if, you're running low on gas and you're like, all right, when I get home, I'll get gas, and you're sitting in traffic, you could run out of gas. Same scenario. It can go either way. It can go either way. But I think that a lot of people are putting a lot more emphasis on being an electric car running out of electricity than being in a combustion engine and running out of gas. Sort of kind of same thing. All right. So those are all of our main indices and what they're doing. Let's go back to the viewers tab. Here's the big news stories for today. All right. I'm bullish on gas and on oil. So I've got BOIL for natural gas ETF, oil USO for oil. Walmart, you know something? I could be a little bullish on Walmart because this could be in retail stores, lower end retail stores that people will go to because that's where the money or the dollar can stretch a little longer in a recession. I put 2 stores in there. I put Dollar Tree and I put Dollar General. Walmart may be one of those stores that I put in there as well, above Target. Target is looked at as more quality than Walmart, but I would put Walmart in that listing that I did on the video for Friday as well. And they went and bought more of a store. So Karen says, someone just develop a portable style of recharger somehow. I know that would be great if they could. Well, actually, even if you keep a generator in the back of your car, you still got to put gas in it, right? Yeah, things that make you go, All right, so Amazon is in there as well. Amazon along with Rivian, and I've got a retail ETF, RETL. I still think that if retail is going to continue to do well, why not take it? All right, let me graph all of these stocks. Again, this is all from the news from today. Put them on a 3-month graph. Or natural gas is on the move, 3 and 8. Even though it's pulled back and moved sideways, the 3 and 8 are still bullish. Be careful with that, though, because Boyle really moves or really doesn't. Walmart, the news of buying another store chain. Nice open candle today, but the 3 is still below the 8. I'd like to see the 3 go back above the 8 before I take that. Amazon. Amazon and Rivian. Amazon's going to be around. Amazon's going to make that money. All right, they're pulling back right now. I'm looking to see if they can form a level of a lower level of support before they bounce back up. But it is a bearish, even though it's in the story, it's a stock that I wouldn't want to buy right now. And if I'm in it, I should have gotten out on an end of day basis when the 3 crossed below the 8. But if you're still holding it right now, just be careful. All right, USO oil is on the rise once again, right to another level. This is USO at a level of 78.52. I'd like to see it break above that level. What else? Man, retail. Retail is holding off, but man. So I looked at the story about retail, but I'm looking at an ETF on retail. The ETF is telling me a different story. Thus the reason why we look at the stories, but we put the stocks in VectorVest to get a better analysis. I'd be careful on this. This is consumer staples, but retail, I'd be careful with that. What else is in here? Rivian. The story is great between Amazon and Rivian, but the 3 is still below the 8. Are they delivering the vehicles? That's how they get worth their weight in salt. NEO, I personally, I think that there's better EV companies out there, but I can't fight the tape. It's rising, coming off a level of support. The 3 is above the 8. 2 down days. This is a shooting star pattern, which could be more reversal of more downside. All right, so again, that's why we look at the stories, but we use the VectorVest software to get a better understanding of what's really going on. Paul says, 250,000 square foot Walmart by my house just repurposed 50,000 feet as a fulfillment center for Amazon. A couple of Walmart stores I've seen in the Mooresville areas have lockers, have Amazon lockers. 50,000 square feet is a lot of square feet. That's 1/5 of the store. 1/5 of the store. That's big. That's really big. Drew says solar panel advances that are printed on film can be applied to windows on autos and buildings. Now that's an interesting for EVs. So solar panel advances that are printed on a film can be applied to windows on autos and buildings. Could be interesting. Could be very interesting. All right, earnings this week. Man, there's a lot of stocks coming out with earnings this week, and I was looking at these companies. I didn't know 8/10 of these companies. So I put out the companies that I knew, that you guys would know was only 13 stocks. Like a lot of companies reporting this week. And this is only up until Wednesday because I'll have another list on trending Thursday for Thursday and Friday. But BT, Baidu, I sort these stocks by relative safety. Which stocks have the best propensity to meet or exceed earnings? How about Best Buy is on that list, that they should meet or exceed earnings? I think that that's what's helping the stock rise. It's not rising today. It's down about 0.5%. But what is rising today? Pinduoduo. Look at that. They must have beat earnings. Look at that, up 16%. Relative safety was below 1, but they beat earnings. And that's the only stock on the list that's a buy recommendation. But here's other companies that are coming up. And again, there's so many stocks that I did not know I wasn't going to put on the list. All right. Fastest sector search. Let's go look at what's going on the fastest industries. Let's go to Delta Searches Industries. And we're now using RT, relative timing, over the last 10 days and up to right now, all right, to find what's rocking and rolling. And I think that this is a good way to sift through what's going on in the market to see what industries are really hot. And we're using RT now rather than price because RT is something that you'll only find in VectorVest. All right, so what I'm looking at here, by way of relative timing, at the top of the list, fertilizers. 10 days ago, they had an RT ranking of 21.92%. And look at that, over the last 10 days, up 46%. Let's go look at the stocks in that industry. That tells me that this industry, by way of relative timing, is rock and rolling. There's only 10 stocks in here. Let's go sort them by percentage price change. What stocks are moving the most? We've only got CGA and SQM, which are up today. I'm going to take these two stocks, and I'm going to add them to the watch list of fastest moving sectors. I need to change that to industries. We're going to see which ones are moving up, and we're going to take a couple of stocks from each one. And then next week, we're going to see if we did well. Look at this. 10 days ago, Petroleum U.S. Exploration was only a 10-day delta of RT of 3.75. Look at the move. Look at the move. Holy smokes. Let's go see the stocks that are in there. That's a big move over the last 10 days. Again, by relative timing, we're really keeping our eyes on what industries are really starting to move. Roger says, straight coffee here, no bacon. My wife made bacon Saturday morning. It was awesome. No, actually, it was Sunday morning, yesterday, before we went to church. Do you think Tesla is going to grow more? Please tell me, Mr. Glenn. It's Glenn. Do I think Tesla is going to grow more? Personally, I think Tesla is still the big boy in this space, and I still think that they have way to grow. All right, I'm going to take the top 2 stocks that are moving up today. Right click, add to watch list. Let's go put that into my fastest sectors. All right, let's go down the list. What else? That was a big move on petroleum. Only up 3% over the last 10 days ago. Big move. I want to see another one like that. They're all petroleum. Look at that. Petroleum, folks. For anybody who's, when you've been hearing me talk about petroleum, this tells me that petroleum is moving. How about this? Uranium, only up less than 1% 10 days ago as far as RT. And now this week, over the last 10 days, over the last 2 weeks, 16.82%. Let's view the stocks in there. Man, I love this way of finding you what's rocking and rolling at any given time. Do you guys see the benefit behind this? Type of 1 in the room. You guys see a benefit behind this? Type of 1 in the room. I want to have the stocks, though, that are definitely over $1. They got to be over $1. But look at this. I got you 2 stocks. I'm going to take 3 out of here that are over $1. Take those 3, right click, add to watch list, and put that into the fastest sectors. And again, next week, we're going to see if we did good. We're going to see if we did good next week if this works out. What else is low and high? Low, 3.48. Nah, that's not good. 12. Nope, that's not good. I think we're good because the rest of them are just basically petroleum. This methodology really gives you an idea of what's moving by way of momentum, by way of relative timing. I like that. And I think this is going to be a good thing. All right. Let's go back to the viewers. What indices? Where's the money going this week? Where's the money going this week? All right. I've got ETFs or indices all across the spectrum of investing. Okay. If I sort by percent, I've made this list for you guys so I can always see where the money is going. Oil, energy, utilities, natural gas, gold. Look at that. Gold is up a little bit today. Consumer staples are a little flat. Where's the money not going today? Copper. Also gold miners, the Qs, the financial, the healthcare, materials. That's where the money's not going. So I always like when I come up on Mondays to do midday market to give a feel of where the money is going, So this is a good way to see that. You know me, I always like to give you some speculative plays, stocks to keep your eyes on. When I look at a speculative play, relative value and relative safety tend to be below 1, but they're in uptrends. And most likely, look at that. That's on uranium, clean energy, uranium, a shipping company. So I like that. And these are only for the purposes of you keeping your eyes on them. All right, so if they're speculative plays, let's go put on a 1 month. Wow, look at that. Energy coal. Look at that move. Bottom, left, top, right. As a speculative play, I like it. Me likey. You know what it's looking like? It's going up just like an airplane. And these are not fundamentally sound stocks, but these are riskier plays that will give you a possibility of making some money. CCJ, we talked about uranium was on the move. Look at that, very little wick at the top. Now, Max and Energy Clean, I like that the 3 and 8 are bullish, but I'd like to see it take out the 1 month high before I jump on board. All right. UEC jumped right today, made a new 1 month high. Very little wick at the top, very open candle. So there we go, where that goes. Wow, look at that. That one's taking off like an airplane too. Another petroleum, $3.70. RT is rising. I'd like to see better volume, but overall, look at that. Here's my shipping company. I still am in Diana Shipping, DSX. You notice, look at the pullback. 388 went below for one day and very quickly went back up. Keep your eyes on this. Remember, speculative plays. Same thing with FTI, another petroleum company, sitting a little bit sideways right now. Those are my speculative plays for you. Now, what stocks are moving up at least 10% today? All right. David is right. Electricity mainly comes from coal. I believe 60% of our electricity comes from coal. 60% of our electricity comes from coal. You're right on point, David. You're right on point. So we get clean energy from dirty energy. I say that a lot. All right. So these are stocks that are moving up at least 10% today, even on a down day. From a day trade perspective, no, this is not even day trade. Let's go see if these stocks are worth it to still keep your money in them. Let's go put this on a 1 month. Whew, look at that give back. So, I always hear people say, hey, look at this stock. It's up X amount of percent. I hear that. But how does that help me today? Look at that big wick. That was profit taking. I wouldn't think about it. It was up today. I wouldn't think about touching it today. This doesn't have a lot of volume, but it's up big. You'd be like, whoa, let's go take a look at that. I'm not touching that. All right. Interesting. Grind Rod Shipping, another shipping company. I never heard of them. Bottom left, top right. Big mover today. Something tells me that this was news driven. Was this earnings? No, it wasn't earnings. This is news driven. Look at the sideways moving at 388. Boom, went back up on good volume. Now, this is something that I would keep my eye on as a possible stock to get into. Pinduoduo, I know that was earnings, but look at that give back. Look at that big wick at the top. I'm not feeling that. If you're trying to get into it, I need that stock to take out that high. And last but not least, CMRX. Remember, all of these stocks were up in excess of 10% today, but a lot of these stocks are giving it all back as well. All right. Next thing, biotech stocks. I like to look at stocks that are giving phase 3 catalyst stuff. So I go out and I find them for you to keep your eyes on. All right, for you to keep your eyes on. Only one stock in this list is going up today. The rest of them are going down. But all of these stocks are in the place of some kind of phase 3 catalyst news that could push these stocks up bigly. Push these stocks up bigly. I'm going to graph these all real quick, put them on a 1 month graph. Remember, phase 3 stuff coming out soon. Some of these stocks are going to move sideways. IMVT, a little bit of indecision today. The 388 on blue, though, went down. I would be careful with that one. EIGR is already down, but could have some phase 3 stuff that could push this. The whole idea of showing you these stocks are stocks. How many times have you seen a stock that's a biomed that goes up 200, 300%, and you say, holy smokes, I missed that. I'm bringing some of those stocks that have the ability, possibly because of the phase 3 catalyst information, that could do this. I'm not ever telling you to go buy these now. I always want you to keep these on your radar. All right. Here's my day trade picks from today. Stocks that were going up nicely when I looked at them. I'm going to graph them all. I'm going to keep them all on an intraday 5-minute bars. SJT, San Juan Basin, I own it. Made a lot of money this morning, pulled back. Could it be going up? From a day trade perspective, let's go see if it can take out that level of the high from this morning. Wow, cost looks good, even still from a day trade perspective. And it's still giving you opportunities to buy. Another petroleum stock rising all day. If you're not in it yet, the 3A been solid all day on 5-minute bars. If you're not in it yet, I'd look to see it go 5 cents higher than the high. WTI made its money this morning. It's pulled back. I liked it as a day trade earlier today. I'm not feeling it now. It's pulling back now. MNTK, Montauk Renewables, made its money this morning. Looked good earlier this morning from a day trade. I'm not feeling it right now. Target Hospital, like Hospit. I don't know what that means. Real estate management made its money this morning, pulled back. And this is why, from a day trade perspective, it's important that you have your day trade stops in place. ERF did great this morning, another petroleum, but pulling back. I do like the late move now. I'd like it to go up 5 cents higher than the high before I get on board. ASC is pulling back, not feeling it. ENLC, look at that. Went to a level of the session high, pulled back, found a level of support, created and put in a new high. The 3/8 still bullish. I'd like to see if it can take out that high by about 5 cents before I pull the trigger. OBE made its money this morning and is pulled back. And the same thing with FXN. All right, so now those are all my watch lists that I look at for you on a weekly basis. Let's go see what they've done over a 1 week basis. Here's my big news stocks from last week. Let's go see what they did over the week. Occidental was in here. There's uranium again. Uranium, Apple had a story. I don't remember what it's for, but look at all these uranium stocks in here. Amazon was in here last week and AMC as well. Let's go take these all back 1 week. All right, go back 1 week. Let's go see how they worked out over the week. Quick test them all. Wow, look at that. So all the big news stories, look at uranium. Bada boom, bada bing. The cool thing is that it was a story last week and you had an opportunity. Look at that. Nice moves. How many of you are trading uranium? Holy smokes. That's a nice move on uranium just last week. And guess what? We're looking at some uranium stocks as an industry going into this week. How cool is that, folks? So it's not about us touting any one thing. I try very hard to be diverse in the stocks that I bring to all of you. All right. So everybody on YouTube is looking for stocks. Well, folks, I'm offering them from a whole lot of different directions. All right. My industries from last week, we got our stocks in here. We looked through that same process of finding the RTs 10 days ago, and we wanted to find the rising RTs. Let's go see what these stocks did. All right. Wow. 3-point move. That's in 1 week, looking at the fastest industries. Woo-wee. Folks, we're bringing some stuff to you. Whether you use it or not is all up to you. But we're bringing some, and this is just the proof behind it. We made, if you took all of those stocks from last week, fastest industries, 3%, the market was down 2.24%. And that's looking at Thursday and Friday going down as well. That whole idea of looking at those fast industries is no joke, is it? How do I take advantage of the picks? When do I get in and out? So Toda, stops are always going to be personal to you. Stops are always going to be personal to you. But how do you take advantage of the picks? When you're looking at them, when I show them to you in my watch lists, when I looked at the fastest industries, I showed them to you when we built the watch list. Fastest sectors, that's really industries. These are the stocks that I'm looking at this week. These are the stocks. So what I would tell you is put them into a watch list and look at going into tomorrow. Make sure that they're rising. You could pull the trigger on some of those trades. When do you get out? That's got to be on you. I'm not going to lock you into a generalization of when to get out. Whatever is good for you, whatever feels right to you, you always got to say to yourself, Toda, where's my max pain? And that, you say, I'm not willing to lose more than 10%. And that's where you put your stops at. Well, I'm really not wanting to lose more than 5%. That's where you put your stops at. Whatever you're comfortable with is your stops. Your max tolerance level of pain is where you start. All right. Speculative plays last week. All right. These were my speculative plays. Let's go see what they did from 822. See if they worked out. Look at that. Not bad. Out of the 5 stocks, we had 4 stocks go up speculatively. We made about 0.25% if you took all 5 of them. Also showing that 1 went down, and we beat the spiders. It's not bad. So, folks, I strive very hard to bring to your attention stocks that you may not be paying attention to. But, there's going to be weeks where these don't go up so much. I'm always going to say pick and choose which stocks you get into. and make sure that they're going up the next day. Here's my biotech stocks. Remember, all my biotech stocks are all looking at Catalyst 3 information. Oof, that didn't do so well. All right, but ARDS went up 5%. How about OPT went down 10%? That's why I'm always going to tell you, even on these picks, make sure that you're buying into strength, that they're going up before you pull the trigger. All right, I'm done. Oh, no. So one last thing. Remember, because the markets are going down, I'm going to go to the Unisearch tool, and I'm going to go to the ETFs. Buying contra ETFs is one of the best searches that we have to take advantage of ETFs. All right. Keep in mind, some of them may be leveraged. Be careful with those. If you don't want to take advantage of leveraged ETFs and you are a subscriber to the VectorVest software, go to the Viewers tab. Okay, go to the Viewers tab. Go to the ETF Viewer down over here. And from the ETF Viewer, that's not what I wanted. What am I looking for? Watchlist Viewer, that is what I'm looking for, the Watchlist Viewer, and then go to ETFs. If you're brand new to ETFs, I'm going to tell you to go down to non-leverage contras. So these are contra ETFs. They work opposite to the market, contrarian to the market. All right. And they're non-leverage. And because you're looking at a watch list as a VectorVest subscriber, I'm always going to tell you to sort by average volume. You want to make sure you're in liquid contra ETFs. And these are good contras for you to keep your eyes on. These are good contras for you to keep your eyes on that are not leveraged. For those of you who are new, does that make sense to you? Type a 1 in the room if that makes sense. Type a 2 if you're totally confused. Type a 1 in the room if that makes sense to you. Type a 2 if you're totally confused. And I think that I would be remiss if I didn't cover that today. All right, with the market going down, a lot of you do not have margined accounts, all right, in the market. And I think that this is a good way for you to be able to take advantage of a market moving down with contra ETFs, but I'm going to point you in the direction, especially if you're new, to non-leverage counters. Now, Edgar says it didn't make sense. So non-leverage contras, let me go back, Edgar. Leverage contras they work contrarian to the market. These instruments go up when the market goes down. They already short them for you. So you always just buy them long. Leverage contras means that if I buy a contra of the Dow, leverage contras means if it's three times leverage, if the Dow goes down 1%, my 3-time contra goes up 3%. But it works in the opposite direction. If the Dow goes up 1%, my 3-time leverage contra on the Dow goes down 3%. Thus the reason why I want you new people to the world of contras to use non-leverage contras. Both Toda and Edgar, does that now make sense to you? Thus the reason why I got you in non-leverage. These are 1-to-1. So if the Dow goes down 1%, your non-leverage contra on the Dow goes up 1%. All right, so that's what that was the purpose behind it. All right, and the last thing, if you are a VectorVest subscriber, if you go to searches short, we've got a lot of searches in here. If you are more aggressive and you want to short, one of my favorite shorting strategies here is gravity. I like that a lot. Vern's Vultures is another one. And then sinking sectors is a third good one that I really, 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 really like. All right. Joey put me on my last screen. We covered a lot of stuff. We got 100 likes. So I was looking for 200 likes in order to get your stocks out there. It didn't happen today. That's all right. That's all right. We got more days coming. All right. With that, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick with contras. I hear you, Maria. Absolutely. That's why I want the new people in non-leverage and those people who have been trading contras for a while and the aggressiveness of the leverage contras. You already know what you're doing. I'm not changing that for you. You guys go and do that. Rick, what is that? VectorVest and Glenn are inequalable? Is that a Glennism? I don't know. Could be. All right. So all my people on Facebook, thank you for being here. For all my people on YouTube, thank you for being here. I really think that we should be getting out to a lot more people. That's why I always ask you at the beginning of the session to share this content with people you know. Now, a lot of people will watch this after the fact, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. We still get a lot of views on these videos even after they have been gone live. But I'm glad that we picked up a few people brand new live, which was awesome. So I appreciate that. We got 111 likes today. I'll take it. But I'm setting the bar high if you want me to watch your stocks. And the only way that's going to happen is you get more people in the room. You got to get more people in the room. All right. So thank you guys for being here. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. And for those people who are in Team Joey, I put that out there, especially for Boston, our friendship is done. Wait till I go tell my wife. Tell her that our friendship is done. That is so messed up that you go with Team Joey. All right, what are the stocks we should be looking at next week? Toda, I just gave you a lot of stocks to look at for next week. I just pointed out a lot of stocks for you guys to look at for next week. That I don't know what you were looking at, but that's what I did for the whole session after looking at the news is point out stocks for you guys to look at for next week. And Joey's still going to be calling me Glenny. Sigh. All right, with that, thank you guys. We'll see you guys on a live stream on Wednesday and then on Thursday as well. Have a good week. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia. Salam, shalom, namaste.
Yasu.
Let me finish doing what I'm doing. Yasu. Until next time, folks. See ya.